The future is already so bright. I had to start the call with my shades. Hello, good evening, Pranam, and welcome in to season 3 of the Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies Awesome Divination Summit 2024. It is the last call for this season and year, and I'm taking a quick moment to give many, many thanks to all our wonderful experts who've been here. You, our fabulous audience, and of course, biggest shout out to Team Mystic Lotus for getting this summit together. So, big round of applause to everybody. And on that note of gratitude, we are back for more on self divining. See the future yourself. Yesterday's call was action packed with the simple and advanced versions of the Sweetheart Body process, the understanding of Superconscious, including it being our potential and power, our BFF, and the grandest state within the 4 states of the mind. Saying, "Thank you, Superconscious, I love you, Lords," is all set to become, no, has already become part of our way to start the day. Using our clairs, we all have them in some degree and variation or the other. Just accept it. Using our clairs of seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing, smell, taste, touch, and emotion, we saw 2025 as a year in color. From red, white, off-white to purple, pink, green, blue, golden, and brown, and more, we saw what 2025 would be like for us and what we need to do or work on. From the take action of red to the continue doing what you are doing of white, from the be sure about what seeds you are planting for green, to using healing words for self and others of blue, self-divining had begun, and how. In a similar manner, we saw the path for 2025, and of course, how can one forget? There was turbocharging water for 2025 as well. Now, very importantly, 2025 is going to be about women in authority, starting with our mothers. And the colors and the paths self-divined, they will have a part to play in and around that. In short, there was a lot of self-divining, see the future yourself happening yesterday. If you missed it, do catch the replay because today we are leveling up on it. To state the obvious, none of this would have been possible without this expert helping us divine the future and making us wear our shades because it is so bright. And it is time to bring her back center stage again. So, ladies and gentlemen, one last time this year, please put your hands together for and join me in giving a warm Mystic Lotus welcome to Moonworker, retrograde expert, owner and sharer of the decrees, the language of light, the language of ascension, the language of the superconscious, the OG, the goat herself, Nidhu B Kapoor. Hi, Nidhu. Welcome in. Welcome back.
Thank you so much, Neelu. That was wonderful. I love the recap. It truly took us to all the things that we were doing yesterday. And we have to definitely acknowledge Nishi and her glasses. She's absolutely prepared for the most brightest future of all. And I think we should spotlight her for a second so everybody can see it.
I mean, and they're heart glass. They're actually sweetheart glasses.
My God. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Superb. Can't wait, Nidhu, to see what the leveling up is going to be. But before that, are we going to begin with the sweethearts movement again? Forget the question, just say yes.
Yes.
Super.
Yes. So we had the sweetheart as, as the two palms joining together, like the top of the heart, and then making the heart all over, right? So it's best to do standing and then slightly falling forward as you go forward. But the adaptation to that was you begin, but you end with a clap. And there are a couple more adaptations to this, which we will do starting January 3rd, which is technically the second call of our program. The first call is actually on December 30th, and everybody's invited. It's the Cone of Prosperity call. But for now, before we begin, if those of you all who can stand, could you all please stand and do this? Those of you all who are sitting, it's absolutely fine. Just make sure that you're able to fall forward and fall forward from your hip area. So spine, correct? And let's go for it. And let's just do it once. And let's begin. Correct. No, you would go forward. I can see somebody doing it only till the chest. You would fall forward and do it till your feet. So that is why from head to toe.
Bend down.
Okay, even that'll work. Even that'll work. It's okay. Even that'll work. And now I want you to do it again. And one more time. And for today's call, it sets us up to do the next hand body movement, which is also going to be as quick. But first, tell me, how did it make you feel to do this? Especially for those of y'all who weren't there yesterday and who've just joined us today. How did it make you feel? How's your breathing? How's your chest? How are your shoulders? How's your belly feeling?
And while people write that in, because it is one of the sweetest things to say and acknowledge, super consciousness. Thank you. I love you lots.
So how did that make you feel? It's a slightly different effect when you're sitting and when you're standing. So it's always good to do it both as well. So those of y'all who were standing and did it, thank you. Now that you're sitting, do just one time again, please. And let us know how it is for you before we take you to the next one.
Oh, there is one more. Oh, because we are leveling up. So, of course, and Nitika writes, open to receiving abundance.
Fantastic. So the adaptations are what we will do on Jan 3rd. But the next one is a completely different one, which is also part of our package and a crucial part of our package. Like just because this takes just a second, 2 seconds to do, and so does that. So does this one that we're going to be doing together. It doesn't mean that it should be not done, right? Because it's so simple. It's so sweet. Even this is quite sweet. So first, let us know, how are you doing?
Heidi says more energy, and Vinod says felt good, gratitude.
Fantastic. The other is based on the poll we did, where we took a look at a number of S's. We looked at stuck, we looked at stress, we looked at strife, we looked at struggle, we looked at suffering, we looked at sorrow, we looked at all of the above. And our poll has given us an answer. But by the way, you are most welcome to also let us know what was the thing in 2024 that really got your goat, that really got to you, that you wish you could change, that you want to not take with you to 2025.
And while they write that, interestingly, stress and all of the above, both were at maximum 46%.
Amazing.
Yeah. So stress definitely there.
Okay.
And there's struggles at 15, stuckness 23, sorrow 7, strife 7, suffering also. So, excuse me.
Yes.
There is a literal same numbers happening from, like, there's top and bottom matching. So I'll tell you, Stress and struggle, stress and all of the above are at 46. Struggles and suffering are at 15. Stuckness is at 23. And sorrow and strife together, because they're back, is at 7. There's almost a musicality, and now suddenly it's changed because people have come in.
Okay, but
But
yeah,
stress and all of the above still highest at 50%.
got it. And all of the above means all of the above. So we're going to do all of the above. And we're going to do it with this particular movement. As
And
always, sorry, please say.
but you had asked what people would like to leave behind. So I was looking at the poll. Vinod says all of the above. Jennifer says stress. I hate going to see my mom. So and interestingly, because next year is all about women in authority. So very interesting. Nivedita says dealing with toxic people at work. And Radha says, don't want my foot to be unhealed. You can leave now. Like foot to 2025. That
Right.
the common energy in my country was not so good, but I had a really great 2024, says Heidi.
Got it. Got it. Why
Common
would
energy in country will also influence, somewhere. Yeah.
why did it? What was it? What
Mm.
happened in the country?
Heidi is here if she'd like to share. AR says manipulation, unhealthy relationships.
Which are definitely, they cause a lot of strain, they cause a lot of strife, they definitely cause a lot of sorrow, stress, and struggle. So I guess this would also come into the all of the above.
All of the above. And Ria says all from the thing. Also, toxic people who interfere in our lives and feel jealous of us.
Correct. And so stressful, right, to deal with them.
Mhm.
Yeah, all of us, all of us.
I think
May others not do it to us, may we never do it to another.
Right.
Let there be compassion, empathy, oneness for each other. Let there be love, let there be light. And so it has been spoken, and so it shall be created. Let's take a look at the body movement. And the body movement. Yeah.
Sorry, Hema says lots of fear. Nitika says judgments, mine and others.
Got it. Got it. I'm going to go for the first one, which was stress. Because all of these, right, whatever we are dealing with, it will come under stress. And the longer we've been dealing with it, the bigger the stress, the bigger the pressure around it, the bigger the anxiety around it, the more the fears develop around it. So I'm going to take a look at stress first. And as I show you this wonderful body movement, I want you to be able to have, first of all, the sense of the reaction. And then we're going to measure the reaction. So number one, it's as simple as the understanding that all of this, right, is probably a build-up from what happened last year. And last year was probably a build-up of what happened the year before. Because today comes from our yesterdays. And tomorrow will come from our todays, but actually, therefore, our yesterdays. Basically, we've got baggage. What do you do with baggage? And here is the motion. It's so simple and it's absolutely incredible. You drop it. Okay, close your palm. You drop it. Okay. You're going to do this with both. And today my rings are a certain kind, but drop it. Okay, so I'm going to say the first one, and the first one is stress. So make sure, now, right now this dropped into our lap, right? So just wipe out your lap, please, or just clap over it. Clapping is a great cleanser. And where the ground is, okay? So over there, please stress, palm up, facing the ground, palms downwards, drop it. Open your palm. And one more time. Close. Drop. So Neelu, your palms will be facing down.
Yeah, so when I take it down, I put it down.
Okay, fine.
The visual, I was just for the visual, I was putting it down.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Drop it. One last time. Drop it. Have water. See what's happening in your body immediately.
As I wait for people to put it in, when you were saying, what do you do with baggage? So my first thought was airport carousel. Just pick it up and dump it on it and just let it go.
But then you've dumped it on something.
So that could, yeah, right. But yeah, a carousel, which is not affecting anybody. It'll just stay there only.
It'll just keep. Yeah, but then the airport authorities will call you. कि आपका यहाँ रखा है.
ले जाओ.
जाओ.
Sides are tingling. The sides of the feet are nice, says Radha. P Singh says all smiles. AR says relieved. It was fun to do it.
Right.
It was fun. And therefore there is a lightness that is the feeling. Because it was
Correct.
fun. It was so nice. Deep breath, says Heidi.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's take it for the next one. What is the next one? Let us
All
do
of the above.
all of the above. But the all of the above.
Okay.
Let us
So
do
the next one, struggles.
struggles. So again, palms out. Struggles. Drop it. Just open it. Just open your palm. What's the next one?
Stuckness.
Stuckness. Drop it. What's the next one?
Sorrow.
Sorrow. Drop it. As I'm saying the word, you close your palm. And as I'm saying drop it, open the palm. Okay.
Strife.
Strife. Drop it.
Suffering.
Drop it.
All of the above.
Drop it. Let me do some more. Did we do sorrow?
Yes.
Let me do strain. Strain. Drop it. Manipulations. Drop it. Jealousies. Drop it. Have water and check.
Judgment had also come up.
We shall take that on as well. And next round, judgments. Drop it.
Fears.
Fears. Drop it.
Did you do jealousy?
But we'll do it again. Jealousies. Drop it. Anxiety. Drop it. Worries. Drop it. Fears. Drop it. Panic disorders. Drop it. Anxiety issues. Drop it. Nervousness. Drop it. Anger. Drop it. Hatred. Drop it. Frustration. Drop it. Ignorance. Drop it. Impatience. Drop it. Nightmares. Drop it. Terrors. Drop it. Money problems. Drop it. Poverty consciousness. Drop it. Financial issues. Drop it. Health issues. Drop it. Digestive disorders. Drop it. Hormonal imbalances. Drop it. Physical imbalances. Drop it. Emotional dysfunctions and disorders. Drop it. Mental issues. Drop it. Spiritual issues. Drop it. And we'll, for good measure, drop money, problems, issues, struggles, stress, strife. Drop it. Have more water. Tell me how you're doing.
So my palms are like normally like regular, red, but everything. But today it just feels like the circulation has just probably just suddenly increased.
Nice. Nice. I think it was Radha who brought it up on our last call. I think there was something in the hands, and I mentioned, right, each finger handles 14,400 functions. So circulation in the hands, circulation in the feet tell us how good our health is. So it's always a good sign that the circulation has improved. Please let us know, how are you doing before we move on?
Right. Radha says, like how as kids we would throw things in anger and then feel good. So that's P Singh says, and I'm sorry, first name is not showing, only piecing shows, says very light sensation in the back of the waist, along with third finger with slight wriggling. Nivedita is yawning continuously. AR is feeling very light. Feels जैसे कि बोझ हल्का हो गया, as in it's a load off. Muthu says is itching in the hand. Vinod says water sipping felt cold and good. Gitanjali says having fun. Heidi says smiling, feeling so light. And Muthu says earlier she said itching in the hand, and now she's also written relaxed shoulder.
There's a superstition that itching in the hands mean money will come.
But depends which hand, no?
Also true. Also true. But you know what? So itching in the hand means money will come. Why not? Muthu true to your name, it'll show up.
This is such a good exercise for me in between patients, also to clear things between each session and each patient. Thanks, says Radha.
Fantastic. And because we know that we are moving into a slightly volatile year, especially when it comes to women, including between women, including for us as women, not to mention all the other women's women's in authority. My English teacher will be ready to jump in her grave, but it's and roll in it. It's good to do one last one before we do the other movement, which is also part of this. So, issues with the mother, drop it. Problems with the mother, drop it. Struggles with the mother, drop it. She just doesn't get it. Drop it. All the ways that we have been stuck in this relationship with the mother, the grandmother, mother-in-law, sisters, daughter-in-laws, daughters, grandmothers, all the ways that there is misogyny, strife, struggle, strain, stress, sorrow, suffering with the women we know, or in the women we know, or in us as women. Drop it, drop it, drop it. So this one you would have done 3 times.
Yeah, I actually did. and wo Punjabi mein swam. So that will need.
Yeah, but you have to face downward and do it.
Down. It was downwards. It was downwards.
Yeah, you have to face downward. And your palm should be closed.
Yeah.
Like basically it's
right. So Radha says slight tug on my right shoulder muscle, and piecing is asking this very light sensation in the back of the waist. What is causing this?
Light sensation.
What's light? It's a very light sensation.
Yeah, the superconscious is causing it. Anything that feels light in the body is your superconscious letting you know it's there, it's taken over. We're all going to live happily ever after. It's a good thing.
And Radha has also put a video on with her shades on, so honoring that.
Yeah, because the fact is that our future is already looking brighter. And with this next round, it's going to look even brighter. So when we did our work yesterday and we found that in our sense, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, recognizing, knowing, the path of 2025, a lot of incredible words came up. And just by the way, everybody, the work we're doing today has to do with word medicine, also known as the decrees. And so therefore, words are very crucial in not just our call, but also in the work that we do. So the set of words that came up yesterday, first of all, incredible just to hear those words. And we're going to hear them and see which one was the most popular one. Because if I can do this, I'm going to put it away from me. If I can do this to drop something, then I can also do this to receive something, right? Which is the opposite. In the other, my fist was facing the ground. In this, the palms will face up and we will just close it. So when we say the good word, and I will just say, receive it, receive it, receive it. And you'll keep closing the palm. Let us see which from the audience yesterday is our top 10 set of words?
Well, you know what? Very interestingly, Nidhu, everybody was writing 5 words, okay? And there were very few that were in common. So the list is really, really huge. So either I can just start rattling it out or just pick some randomly. You tell me.
Let's go with the top 10.
Okay.
The
So
top 10 meaning whatever you're picking up as top 10.
okay.
Okay, is
Before we
everybody?
before we do that, Netu, very quickly, 2 questions have come in and they're fear-based. So I just want to
Yeah.
here, for example, is written, I have a fear while doing it for the mother, like the drop uh that if I heal, she will come again, the thing that I don't want in my life.
I totally understand. You know, at the same time, it is an erroneous fear. She actually comes more and does what she does, you know. So, in what, if I've understood it correctly, the mother is a taker. Therefore, if you get better, she's going to come to take more. And because she's an authority person in our lives, it's difficult for us to draw lines with the mother. It's difficult for us to draw healthy boundaries with the mother. Then, depending on the mother's level of narcissism, education, and upbringing, it may never make sense to her, even when you do try to draw that boundary and that line. So I totally get it. But the thing is, that sense of fear, she's going to come, she's going to take, I'll have to give. She's going to come, it's going to get worse. That is actually also manifesting it to happen. It is in the dropping and the ease of it that it won't. Your fear seems to be the pool of fear attached to it. So your mind might be thinking, oh, but if I have more fear now, because if I do heal, that means I am now further vulnerable, because now it seems like I have more, therefore someone can take more. And this someone is my mother. So a little difficult for us to like move countries and worlds and galaxies in order to avoid it. But just drop it again. This fear, she's going to come back, drop it. All these fears with my mother, drop it. Scared of my mother, drop it. Angry with my mother, drop it. Unsafe with my mother, drop it. Hopeless with my mother, drop it. Helpless with my mother, drop it. Try it and let us know how you're doing. Till then, we'll take the second question.
Yes. So Jennifer says, I hear a voice in my head when I ask a question. Is that the truth or my subconscious tricking me? How do I know? Can I drop that concern? So again, very interesting because you did explain the 4 states.
Of
Yes,
the
you
mind.
did. Of the mind.
So, but first of all, please go ahead and drop the concern. Second, if it's a thought that's empowering you, that's the one you have to listen to. Is your question disempowering you or empowering you? Is your concern empowering you to make a better choice, or is it disempowering you to make a frightened, fear-based control choice? And that's how you know whether it's the superconscious or your conscious, your current data from your subconscious, and a lot of data from your unconscious. But we want to work with the superconscious.
The Bruce says, I have insecurities towards money. I also have a little bit of conflict towards my mother and younger brother. I do forgiveness for both regularly, and I am optimistic that they will become positive eventually.
As anybody who has ever attended my calls and brought up forgiveness,
It's the work is it's about you. You do the healing for yourself. However it works, moves outwards, it will.
and also forgiveness is one of the most precious gifts in the world. Please don't give it to someone who hasn't asked for it. Forgiveness is always from the bigger to the smaller, from the older to the younger. You are not bigger than your mother. Please do not do any forgiveness work with the mother. It is only going to make things much worse and your health will suffer. Because it is not your job to be traveling backward. It is your mother you can ask forgiveness from, but it is no child's job to forgive a parent. It is the parent's job to forgive themselves or work on themselves. If your brother is older than you, really, you will need to calm down and recognize that you are not bigger than them. You are younger. Work on yourself. Please don't bother with forgiveness. Temporarily, it might work. In the long run, it will backfire because your energy, all energy must flow where? Where must energy flow? Trick question, because I haven't given you the answer.
Yeah, because uh,
Yeah.
in
The movement is correct. Just find the word for it.
in motion, as in 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 constant motion.
Well, that's the only way anything moves. So thank you. Okay. Energy must always flow forward. What is forward? Older generation to the next generation. From the bigger to the smaller. From the stronger to the weaker. From the protector to the unsafe, vulnerable ones. Your energy right now is flowing backward because you are going to the bigger instead of going to the smaller. Therefore, there will be ramifications in the long run for your health and definitely wealth. People who do a lot of forgiveness exercises in the wrong direction, because it's not your job to do it with those who are bigger and older than you, can end up having a lot of eyesight issues. Be careful.
And thank you for that explanation. Shreem, in fact, has written with regards to forgiveness, and I don't know this as a fact, neither you probably would. With regard to forgiveness, family constellation-based therapy believes in forgiving the parent too. Any insight?
I would like to know more about the words being used, because we say it in words, right? In family constellation, there's also the sense of this is your problem, this is yours to carry. And there are other bodies of work that also encourage forgiveness with parents. This one doesn't. If you can understand the principle behind why we don't do it for those who are older than us, you will know it as a lightness and the superconscious letting you know that this makes sense. If there is a part of you that says, no, I am feeling better, I would like to do it, please do. Please carry on.
As Radha's just put it, it's like trying to climb a mountain backwards.
Well said. Well said.
Thank you. And all right, so I think we've taken care of questions. I wanted to, make sure this is taken care of because
Yeah.
we're going further into uplifting work. So all this
Correct.
once sorted, it'll be
Correct.
easier to receive the rest also then, right?
So true. So true. Huh? So true.
I'm sorry. All right. So, okay, here goes. And this is whatever shows up, shows up. And let's go with it. So, definitely happy,
Receive it.
health,
Receive it.
wealth,
Receive it.
calm,
Receive it.
love,
Receive it.
peaceful,
Receive it.
forgiveness,
Receive it.
and focus,
Receive it.
discipline,
Receive it.
independence.
Receive it.
That's 10 done, but I want to do one more just like I did it yesterday.
Please do.
Superconscious.
Fully received. Have water, everybody, and see what this is bringing up. Vibration, tingling, buzzing, energy. Any other surprising reaction? Wanting to dance, wanting to clap, wanting to say, yay. What is it making you want to do? In the first, we made space for all this by dropping it. And then we brought it into us. Go ahead.
Right.
How
So
are you doing?
thank you for the early insight that you gave, says Muthu Lakshmi. Enjoying is what she says.
Nice.
Nitika says, deep breath and a sense of golden light within my whole body. Laughing a lot, says Gitanjali. Tingling in the forehead, says Vinod. Nidhu, you got it. I am dancing, says Heidi. Want to
Awesome.
move this good energy to all of my body and dance, says Radha. Burp with little itching in the center of the head, says Peace Singh. Relaxed and happy, says AR. And actually earlier when you were talking, when you were explaining, I think AR had mentioned tears flowing. I'm crying. So whatever release happened with that also, she's now relaxed and happy as well.
Fantastic. So glad. So glad.
Right. And because, it's we are working with the decrees, we're working with the language of the superconscious, but all of this, when it shows up, obviously there is some attention that needs to be given to it. There is a question on forgiveness again.
Okay. Let's go for it.
Again, with another modality. So there is, where is it going? Okay. So Fabrose, who had asked about the mother and the brother, had also said, so can I say Ho'oponopono to my mother and younger brother?
Yeah. Ho'oponopono is actually not a forgiveness modality. It is a judgment freedom modality. It is understood as forgiveness because it has the word, please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
But it is actually to release all the judgments that you have with them. You're not really forgiving them. If you read through the story of the origin of Ho'oponopono and
Jail. The jail one.
which one?
The jail one, that the
Yes,
warden.
yes, yeah, Ilya Dr. Lou Ilya. What he was doing was clearing his own reactions and triggers as he was looking at those criminals' prison sheets. And they were some of the worst. Adulterers, abusers, murderers, rapists. That's what he was doing. He was not forgiving them. So if you have to use the forgiveness in Ho'oponopono, he was actually forgiving himself for not having the understanding, compassion, and tolerance for that person, for being triggered by it, for thinking he was better, for judging them. That's what he was clearing. So it is not really forgiveness work.
Super.
It is definitely not other forgiveness work. You're not forgiving the other person, forgiving yourself. So please do. Please do. Ho'oponopono is big. It's fantastic.
Awesome. And again, like I said, yesterday, a lot of self-divining, looking into the future work did happen. Today also, even with these, Nidhu, we have looked at what we want to let go. We've looked at what we want to bring in, and you've done these beautiful body movements. There's the sweetheart clap, there is the drop, and there is the receive. And like what more? I know all of it is going to come with the packages, all like major details of it, but something more has to come today.
Correct. Correct.
It's
Correct.
one sense of completion has to happen today.
Correct. And like we worked with the Superconscious yesterday, let us straighten our backs, let us sit up, and let us do the superconscious breathing. By the way, all conscious breathing deepens our connection to the superconscious, but this is a particular breath. And we will just do it for a couple of minutes. And it is as simple as leaving your mouth open, but breathing through the nose. So you will just relax your jaws. But you're breathing through your nose. Okay, so close your eyes, focus on your breath while keeping your jaws and mouth relaxed. And I'm going to time us. Okay. All attention is in this area only, but your mouth hangs loose. And take an inhale, close your mouth, and just blow out a candle. Good. Have some water. Check how you're doing. Did the breath increase? Did you get a yawn?
So I
Did
had
you?
a
Yeah.
big yawn in the middle itself. But
Good.
even before you started, actually I muted myself because I there was a slight, वो हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना गले में खराश,
Yeah.
slight uh, scratchy type right at the back. So I was
Invitation.
so I was sipping water.
Right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then you started this, and then I felt it increase a little bit, and then I yawned, and then it went. And
Nice.
again, because I also chose blue yesterday, and the throat, and everything is like just kind of happily falling into its pockets.
Correct. Correct. How's everybody else doing?
Yawning says Gitanjali. Fabro says yes, got a yawn. Sheem said such deep relaxation and shivers in my head and spine.
Good.
And I'm not sure what you've written. If you want to rephrase it, because I don't even know how. Okay, so she wrote something, but now I feel like combing my hair. My mind is feeling weirdo. I don't know what to do.
You feel like combing your please do, please do, please go right ahead. Please comb your hair. Nothing weird about it.
Yes, got two yawns. After it is over, got another yawn. Miku says, relaxation.
Fantastic. And I'm just going to say this 3 times. It is in Sanskrit. And those of you all who are comfortable with this vowel sound, please go ahead and say it with me 3 times as well with it, which is Bandhur Atmavay. I'm going to write it down as well. Bandhur Atmavay. Oh, wait. I think I wrote it down incorrectly. Bandhur. Will you write it me?
Yeah.
Okay. Bandhur Atmavay. Atmava. Atmave. Bandhur Atmave. Bandhur
Atma.
So Atmaiva.
Okay, I wrote Atma because I ended up putting two A. So
IVA. Just add IVA.
Okay, AATMA. IVA. I put VE.
No, IVA. Verb. Like a
Okay.
verb.
Okay.
I'm saying Atmave, but Atmave, Atmava, it's fine.
So Bandhur, BANDHUR.
That's right.
AATMA.
IVA. VA. Atmave. 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 Bandhur Atmave. Bandhur Atmave. Bandhur Atmave. Thank you, Superconscious. I love you lots. And for those of y'all who found that a little complex to say, just a couple of times, thank you, Superconscious. I love you lots. And let us begin the fun part of what can happen with this. I want you to think about the amount of money you would like to make in 2025. You don't know how, you don't know when, you don't know if it's possible. Just think of that figure. Make it as outrageous as you want. And now that you've thought of the figure, keep it aside, please. You can write it down on your sheet of paper. Keep it aside. I want you to see what happens when I give this set of decrees. Self-empowering, 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 inner empowered, inner empowered, inner empowering. And just see where you are reacting to that.
For me, again, it's the throat, like a lump in the throat, like you're about to cry.
Yeah.
Because I my figure is big, not outrageously. It's big. I had three figures running, but I zoned in on one. And then you saying this, the possibility that it could happen made me feel emotional.
Yeah. I know what you mean. How's everybody else doing?
Okay. So Shreem says in the chest, Radha says straight to the navel, slightly below it. Shreem says, Shreem said in the pulsating in the chest, and Radha says straight to the navel, slightly below it.
Got it. And all in a good way. Yes?
Yeah.
Super. Super. Because what we're going to be doing, if you give me just 1 second, so sorry.
And Gitanjali said, felt slightly excited and goosebumps.
Nice. When I say the next one, I want you to keep your eyes closed. And when I say, think of your question, the question we are all going to think of, and please remember to put a currency with your figure. Will I make this or get this? Will I make this? This be the amount with the currency. This being the 100 kilos of mangoes. Will I make this or get this in 2025? You have to think in your head after I have said the next one. Your head, because your eyes are closed, your head may turn to a particular side. Your head, your neck, your face, your body may turn to a particular side. Please let it. And once it has turned, if it turns, over there you're going to think the question and check for an answer. You may get one, you may not get one, that's okay. You will just check for an answer. Okay. Ready? Okay. Close your eyes, please, everyone. Make sure you're hydrated, always. Cheers, everybody. Settle down, let your back be supported. Self-divining, 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 inner divine, inner divine, inner divining. Keep your neck and head loose. Let it do whatever it's doing. And now think in your head. Will I get this amount in 2025? If your head has moved, please let it still stay there. And then gently open your eyes and see the first three things you see. Make a note of the order in which you see these three things. And on your sheet of paper, where you've written the amount, write down in which direction your head moved, if it moved, and write down these three things in descending order, the first, the second, the third. First, did you get an answer? Did your head move? Which direction did it move in? And did you get an answer? First, share those two things only.
Okay. So I'll wait for people to put in.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I did, it wasn't a major movement, but I did feel a slight, like forward. So slight
Downward.
downward.
Slightly downward.
Yeah, slight downward.
Right.
And with the, I didn't really get a worded answer, but there was a lot of buzzing happening here.
Got it. Got it. By the way, left, right, up, down, anything can happen.
Right. So Radha says, my head was in the center, got a yes, like a ECG graph moving up, up, up.
Super.
Piecing says, head title, tilted right side, and my body swaying to and fro with feeling like laughing. So,
Do.
objects observed, we don't want right now.
Who's given it? Same person.
Piecing, yeah.
Go ahead.
So I also want to ask her if she did this after she finished combing her hair.
Let us know.
So objects observed, phone with Nidhu in full view, hair clip, green bottle.
Got it.
Okay. Stream was lying down, head was already to the left.
Got it.
And got a yes. Namrata says answer was yes, moved to left. Jennifer says head shook with a no. So side by side movement, I guess.
Interesting. Super. Incredible, right? Yeah, fantastic. Go ahead.
Fabrose says I left chakra crown moving slightly clockwise. Oh, she felt maybe chakra crown moving slightly clockwise.
Okay. So clockwise is like this. So starting from the left, moving to the right. Okay.
So Rupali says head didn't move. Heidi says my head fell backward and I got a yes. Oh, sorry. When I moved head in normal position, the answer left.
Interesting.
Moving forward, I wanted to sway, says Gitanjali. I got the answer yes. Also a slight doubt, which I immediately squashed it downward and said to myself, Mera to ho jayega, in an elated manner. Nishi says yes.
Technically, the best thing to have done was to have been to drop it.
Drop it. Right. Interesting. Nishi says yes and left side. P said she said no. She left it open. She didn't want to miss the moment. We're just joking.
Yeah, I know.
I was just
so cute. That was too cute.
Yeah, just actually answered it seriously also. That was very Nitika says head tilted backwards with sensations in left ear as if someone is speaking. SS says head slightly move forward down. While I'm saying it all, my head is also going with it. AR says yes, move towards backward left side. Farida says I have twitching on right arm and head moved back. Vinod says head was a little bit ahead and got an answer yes. Fabro says again, somebody's written in the three things. Should I mention it?
No, hang on. This is another part coming up.
Right.
For those of y'all whose head moved, close your eyes again. And move to the opposite. So if your head fell a little back, which is actually upward, you were actually being made to look upward, look slightly forward. And those of y'all who went to the left, just gently turn your neck and face to the right. Those of y'all who went to the right, did anybody? I think somebody did. Please gently turn towards the left, keeping your eyes closed. Ask the question in your head again. Think the question. Will I get this amount in 2025? Come back to your regular position. And those of y'all who got a conflicting answer, let me know. Those of y'all who got a yes and then got a yes in the opposite direction also, just let me know what that direction was.
So for me, because first time was a little downward, so I looked a little upwards.
Little up, a little
Yeah.
up.
It was same. There's movement happening here. There's like buzzing going
Got
on.
it.
Yeah.
Got it.
It
Lots
just
of
stayed the
buzzing.
same.
Is it a lot of buzzing?
No, there's like not like a swarm of bees,
Right.
but there's no, there's some activity happening.
Got it.
Like fully like this, not one part, like this. Yeah.
Nice.
Both times. No
Nice.
idea what it means right now. Like I said, I didn't get a word, but something was going on.
Right.
Okay. So if Radha says if it was just the center, don't need to repeat it, right?
No.
Okay. So Nitika says, I saw the me in 2025 in rainbows. I could hear yes. I think Nitika had said yes earlier also. P Singh says right side, yes, and little itching just below the navel. Do I have to go back and check the first answer also, Nidhu?
No, actually, please tell us. Yeah. It's not a conflict. What you're telling me, it's not a conflict, right? That
I'm
you did it
reading
in
out
your
what, right, right. Okay.
Please. Yeah.
All right. So Sheem says both directions, left and right. Answer is yes. AR says, I got no answer, lots of images showing.
Yeah. Tell us.
AR first time was a yes. This time, no answer.
Images, but
Lots of images showing. Now, Samina, I don't think I mentioned anything earlier. My head had turned slightly to left, so I turned head to the right. Now my full face is sweating profusely. Namrata says answer is yes, but pain on the right side along the spine near the shoulder. Yes, answer second time and moved a little left side, says Vinod. Heidi says now it's switched. Yes, no, yes, no, yes.
Got it. Got it.
Eiling says head went to the right first, felt anxiety in pit of stomach, dropped it. Head went to the left, got a yes, then more. And she's put more in quotes.
Okay.
Gitanjali says I had,
The
sorry,
amount became bigger.
it just says yes, then more. So she's not mentioned if the amount got bigger.
Okay.
So I had moved forward first time. I repeated and swayed to left a bit. This time only answer was yes.
Understood. But the other time it
But
was.
the other time also she did mention yes. Hang on, I'm going back. Wait,
You can let us know.
wait. I got the answer yes. First time also she said yes.
Okay, so both. So there's no.
Yeah, right.
No, that's super. That's super. Okay, because.
Okay, sorry, just two more.
Yeah.
Rose said for me the head still has a slight round movement as if moving clockwise. So because that was her first movement. But
Clockwise in the crown chakra.
right. So I guess she's not consciously made the effort to do it the other way around.
Right. It's still going clockwise?
It's
And
still,
the crown chakra, is your head going clockwise?
The head still has slight round movement as if moving clockwise. The first time be clockwise it was.
Let it continue. Let it continue. It will settle. It's still figuring out.
Okay. So Geetika says first time didn't hear anything. Now felt yes when reduced. Felt yes when reduced the amount.
Good. Good. You did the right thing.
I heard the word more as in you will receive more, says Eiling.
So we were, yeah. So we understood it correctly.
Right. And Nishi says both yes, left came easier. So when she turned to the right, also yes came, but the left side came easier.
Superb.
Right.
Superb.
These are the messages in.
In the most basic understanding of left, right, up and down, the left side has to do with the receiving. The right side has to do with the giving. So if your head went towards the right, what you have to do is make sure that you are constantly giving. Your money will come in your giving.
Do you want me to share the slides?
Not yet. Not yet. I'll just tell you. If your head moved to the left, where you're going to receive it, you have to check with the right side as well. Because you could have gone easily there to say, maybe you have already finished doing the work. But if you had, and after that, if you had moved right, you may have gotten an answer of, you'll get more. Meaning, all the work you've already done because of the right, you are going to be receiving the payments for it. You're going to be receiving the money for it. You're going to be receiving the fruits of the hard work you have already done. And that is why we always want to check with the opposite side as well. To be looking slightly upward means you have to make sure that your relationship with life, universe, and God is in place fully. That even if there are any unconscious, because remember, the unconscious carries the hidden parts of us, hidden desires as well as hidden memories, hidden emotions. It hides there. So even unconsciously, you have to check if there is even the slightest doubt in your trust and faith with God, that will become the block to money. But it is basically going to come through your relationship with your higher power, in whatever way you understand God, in whatever way you understand a higher intelligence. If you ended up looking downward or slightly downward, usually that indicates, and what answer did you all get? Did you all get yes? No? It indicates some relations in the mother's lineage, that something will happen from there when you look a little down. But there is a much larger understanding to the sides we have turned to. And then let's not forget, there are also 3 objects I asked you all to look at, because that will also contribute to the understanding. But first, which is the maximum side that was turned to?
Actually, it seems like there was a fairly spaced out amount between left, right, up, down. I think Radha was the only one who didn't move.
Okay.
Entered only.
And if you didn't move your head, you do have to, usually we move our head, the head moves. You have to check that the head was completely relaxed and following. But if it didn't move, if the head was relaxed, then you just got to stay straight on your goal. You're on a path and you're headed fine. Second part would have been what answer came when you did that. If the answer, for example, came as a no, that means you've gotten very rigid and fixed and insisting on something happening your way. And that is why the answer is a no. But if the answer came yes, you are doing awesome, please carry on. Please continue walking the path you're walking, which I will hope includes the decrease as well.
Yes to that.
Yes to that. And
Buzzing,
they would,
buzzing.
The buzzing.
Buzzing.
Right. Now, when you have, again, right, this was a slight downward. So something happening with the mother, her lineage and her side of the family, something there. Either you're going to get more money from there, or that is where the block is. And when you went, and both sides, right, and both have to do with the center of your head. And while the center of the head does not carry the, like, this is the conscious mind, right? It's basically the forehead area. The center of the head is where the crown really sits, right? Where the crown chakra really settles in. Therefore, somewhere you're going to have to turn to like the activity taking there is telling you about your mother's divinity, because you looked down and the relation and the actions took place there. Maybe a little more understanding of her story, where it began, what took place. And again, this will also be backed up by what's happening in the last few weeks. If there is a tendency to understand her better, you are actually processing her story. As in, you're recognizing that she is a certain way because certain things have happened. There may be softness in that case, or if there is a resistance to understanding her, there will be no softness. So that will also need to be backed by how the last few weeks have been.
And P. Singh is asked, by giving, where exactly we have to contribute spend? I think whoever turned to the right, you said, no,
giving.
You
okay.
have to give.
So giving is another word for doing. Right. Doing is another word for working. You have to do the right work. You have to work. You have to give. And giving can be anything: your time, your attention, your money, your compliments, Giving can happen in many ways. But somewhere in your giving, you are going to get what you have asked for.
And Jennifer's asked, can we drop everything in the way of getting clear answers?
Must.
My head shook almost like a jerk or a hard twitch.
Got it. And
So,
then where did it settle?
okay, she's not mentioned that. What does it mean when my head moved forward? Gitanjali, right now, just right now, Nidhu was explaining the forward movement
Mother.
is about the mother
Lineage.
lineage. And you could either be receiving or
Or recognizing there's
recognizing. Yeah.
that's what you have to work through for this amount to show up. So be nicer to your mother, basically, I think is the point of this forward. But let us say that,
Yeah, because look, the future is brighter because of this understanding.
also true.
Also.
True. But there is a far bigger understanding to these directions. And I'm going to choose one randomly. I think the last thing we did was right. Somebody brought up right. So I'm going to show you the reading that happens with right. And those of y'all who turn to the right, please take a look at your screen.
One moment. We're starting with the right, right?
Yeah, we'll start to the right.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
All right. That is coming up in a quick second. Give me a quick moment. There we go.
And again, this is only for your overview. When we get on the call, we will be understanding all of it much more. And we don't have a speedster dial, but take a few minutes, go through it.
Right. So left.
No, hang on. Let everybody, give everybody 2 minutes.
Okay. Give everybody. When you said go through it, I was like, okay, do I go left? Now do I go left or right?
Left is still left.
Left is still left. And there's Nachiketa ji always says, the wife always sits to the right because she is always right.
Yeah, I'm sure every Indian man will tell you that's great marital advice. And I'm sure every Indian woman will say, well, I wish you would mean it when you do it.
Thinking now, if my tight rubber band kept my head in the center. LOL, says Radha. Good
thought. Again, message, right? Some guidance would have come, something would have shown up. And we're still going to come to the 3 objects. So hang on.
And while everybody's reading that, AR said on the right side, I got no answer, several images. On the left got yes. Is this also mother?
Yeah, little bit, yes. Not little bit, I'm so sorry. Yes, mother, but your giving is blocked.
Right. So P Singh says this resonates 100%. So I'm guessing definitely, been through it. And we also posted it on the group.
Fantastic. Hang on before we go to the others. Now, every one of them, right, left, up, down, has a deeper understanding, and you're going to get it in your replay email. It is going to be right there, so you will know exactly what to look at. Right now, I want to take a look at the person who's given us the 3 objects.
Okay, so that was actually, I think, the first person, because at that time you had mentioned it not to be given.
But PS, I think.
But P had put it in.
Yeah.
And I'm do you want me to stop the share right now?
Yes.
So the objects, okay. Nidhu, do you want me to just read the objects out, or can I say, let's bring her on? Because normally this does not happen on your calls. And the year is ending, the season is ending, it is the last call. Let's do something new.
Done.
But I know you normally say it's okay if somebody can't come on video. I'm sorry. I'm not listening to you with this one. Whoever P, first of all, P, I don't know your full name, so I don't know how to look for you over here on Zoom. If you're willing to come on video, put your video on right now and wave out to me. This is being live streamed as we speak. And for some reason, I don't know why I've never said this before. Everybody watching us on YouTube, everybody here live with us right now, please go subscribe to the Mystic Lotus channel. Please
Yeah.
like, share, subscribe. And if this was one of those YouTube videos, I would say link in
But
running
now
below.
that you have put it there, we'll put it there.
We'll put it there. All right. So Jen, P, you are not responding. This is decrease. It is very swift. You have to respond quickly.
But in the meantime, everybody else, let us know your three objects.
Oh,
In
it has popped in. Okay, she is saying yes, but where are you? EJ Karthik Singh. And look at this. P Singh here, EJ underscore Karthik Singh there. How you want me to do this?
True, true.
Come, let's get it on. I've sent you a request. Yeah.
Yeah, hello. Sorry, I just forgot to change the name. That's a login with my kids' ID, that's why.
We totally get it.
I need to-
Hi.
So yes, I have kept my hair open only.
Did you get to comb it?
No, I just felt like I should leave it open for some time because I was playing like
Fantastic.
this as a
Good,
toddler.
good, good. All the decrees carry various messages. It could be, I want to leave my hair open. It could be, I have to eat an orange. It could be, tomorrow I should cook broccoli. It could be anything, but a message invariably does show up. So I do want to mention that for my screen, I'm getting a blank where you are. So my apologies. I'm not able to see you, but I'm sure your hair is looking fantastic. All right. So
And she is visible, as in you are both highlighted, spotlighted next to each other. So it'll be there in the call replay. Rest assured.
right. So I will see you in the call replay, but thank you. And your three objects, I remember the first one for very obvious reasons. And a green bottle was your last one, I think. And what was the one in between?
It was the hair clip because I had just kept it on the pillow next to the phone.
Got it. So the thing with the objects is that it tells us about our past, present, and future. So if my image is there, I'm sure it has to do with the decrees. Perhaps you have done a decree program in the past. Perhaps you have listened to more calls in the past. But somewhere, and this with hair clip. Now, a hair clip is a way to tie up things. And it is possible that the decrees have been helping you, have helped you to sort out stuff, have helped you get a bit more organized, either emotionally, mentally, or around your house. And I think I'm leaving you with no choice but to say yes. But
No, that's definitely true. If you remember, I had dropped in a personal message also, wherein I was very confused and lost in life. With your doing the decrease for Saturn one, I had done it twice, and I had few lightning session also pending, but then I didn't felt like that I really have to do those because attending those sessions and having a word with you, I already landed up with a job, and my health issues were also getting sorted off kind of on their own. I really didn't had to pitch in like a lot of things to do. I just had to go through the decrease call every now and then, and things were falling out of in their own path. I'm really like full of gratitude. Most likely, whenever your call is being scheduled, I make the most of it to just hop on because I don't know how it's going to help me, but it does is like doing a wonderful job for me.
Thank
So
you. Awesome.
my 2024 started with my 2024 for all the audience. I would just like to reiterate that it started with a lot of tears and everything for past like 6 to 7 years. But I think now my 2025 is somewhere I just can't stop smiling. So
Fantastic. Round of
yes,
applause for everyone.
And I feel that this decrease sessions and other sessions also that I have attended because they were aligned with your calls. So they are also like a great input in understanding why things are going in what ways, what are your karmas, and how you can at least, clear up certain things. And it does help me, really help me a lot.
Super, super. In the present, because your hair clip is in the present, this
Right.
sorting out, this organizing is continuing. And the great thing is that actually you might be also wanting to take a bit of a break from it. Maybe there is stuff to
Yes.
do in the house that is requiring much more of your time that you're ready to give right now, but you'll get back to it. You need a
Right.
break right now, and it's good that you take the break, but you're going to get back to it because your present needs for you to continue your sorting and organizing. And your future. Now, a green bottle is fantastic. A green bottle is magical. A green bottle is not just that you energize your water either on a full moon night or the sunshine before the full moon night or on potent prosperity day, which is on the third day after the new moon, but energizing your water and using this green bottle is carrying a message for your future. And I will know more about that if you tell me your relationship with this green bottle. Do you like this green bottle? Do you take it everywhere with you? Do you insist? Is it your green bottle? Is it a family green bottle?
So, yes, this is my green bottle. I take it regularly to my office. And luckily, there is also a very similar, not in the design, but the color, a greenish color bottle that my father has recently gifted me because he told me like every now and then you just carry one bottle to all the places and it is not good. So you sometimes have to switch and you just get latched onto one object and you don't really leave that thing. So he gifted me another bottle. So normally I keep this one because this is 1.5 liters. It makes easy for me in the office to have a lot of water. And yeah, this is my own very regular
Super.
bottle that I use.
Super. And but here's the interesting thing. But you also mentioned that there was no answer when you turn to the right, right? The right is
Yes,
the action giving, working father side. So
right.
while there does seem to be something with him that is part of your future and some sort of hesitancy, perhaps, that your father has with you, like he could give you much more, but he doesn't seem to
Yes.
be. Therefore, this gift is a great sign.
Okay.
And
Yes, he's quite hesitant on few things. Of lately, he is also getting healed along with me. We are both
nice,
hand in hand. So sometimes I pass on videos and calls to him so that he can understand few things.
fantastic,
And like you said, there's a healer generation that comes down from my father's side. And like from a very young age, I wanted to pursue, but I was not like very confident about that field. But of lately, he told me that I can pursue it once my kids are like 15 years old. So yeah, that's also a yes sign from him. That was something he has always stopped me from doing and thriving, which is something I'm very keen into. But then he always felt that I should have a normal life. But all the like I had a lot of relationship issues in my married life. Suppose that he feels that that was the ideal thing I should have pursued earlier. Given that now, I think things have fallen in place. I'm much more calmer, sorted with things, and now I understand why things are taking place as to why and what could would be the possible reason. And since decrees are working for me, I don't feel anything is like stopping me when it comes to my father's side. He's now very like 101% very supportive of all of my decisions, and he's like in hand with all all of it.
fantastic, fantastic. So, whatever is the block, let's put it in the past, let's drop it, because we also want
Right.
to get an answer from that side that says yes. But whatever is in the way will also be revealed. So the relationship with your father is healing, but it doesn't mean that whatever did take place before is completely over and done with, because there are always two parts to us. One is the
Right.
part that is here and today and wondering, why am I still so stuck? And there is the part of us that is sad, stuck, wounded. So that wounded part of you could still be needing care because the answer didn't come from the right side. However,
Yes.
your future with the green bottle is definitely a gift, and it is a gift from your father as well. So it is the start of great things. Definitely take it everywhere with you. And always
Sure.
keep the green bottle throughout 2025.
Right.
And it's also 1.5 liters, so it's not even your regular 1 liter. So you're going to get
No.
amounts of water because, as you know,
Yes.
means, yeah, you got to
Yeah.
top up. Cheers to
Right.
that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. In fact, why don't we have one more person come up?
Yes, absolutely. And because I had said we want videos on. So I've literally just skipped to the next person who's written and has the video on. And that is the lady who's been wearing her shades since the beginning. That is Radha Raghavan. Dr. Radha Raghavan is going to grace us with now her hair open, because earlier I think she's mentioned about her rubber band, maybe not
Right.
allowing her to move her head. And she has mentioned red water bottle, my black gel pen, and mouse of computer. And you are also unmuted, Radha.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me. Sorry. You'll have to tell me that again, but you've tied your hair.
Yeah, you just opened it.
But I really like your cool sunglasses. I really like the red. It's really nice. And okay, take me from the start. Take me to what the answer was. I remember you mentioned the head didn't move, but what answer came? The answer came yes.
It was yes.
Yes. And then what objects you saw? The three objects?
The first one was a red water bottle. The second one was my pen, black pen, gel pen. The third was the computer mouse.
Got it. Red water bottle. What have you been containing in your root chakra? Have you been doing active root chakra work? And your shades are also red, right? I'm saying it correctly, right? Have you been doing?
Actually, orange glass. It's an orange glass.
It's an orange glass.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I may ask, is your mother still around? How are things with her?
Between us,
Yeah.
good now.
Not so good in the past.
Yes.
Okay. Because one way or the other, this is making a difference to the way that you are expressing yourself. And the pen, for example, right? It's a black gel pen, you said?
Yes.
So the way that you would either express yourself in general, not just with your mother, has changed because of what took place with your mother. So if the things with your mother have gotten better, then you are expressing yourself more. Is there a desire to actually write something? Is there a desire to start writing, is there?
I have written. I've started writing.
Fantastic. Is there a book in the offing?
Right now, I'm writing for Medium, articles for Medium.
That's what you meant, next article. Good. And this is going to go on for a while. I think that this is going to go on for a while and yet, beyond a point, you are going to become so much quicker in your writing that you are not going to be able to do it full justice when you're writing, and you're going to have to switch to typing. Is this slowly starting to happen? Because that's why the mouse.
Yes.
And also when you are writing, do you also have to transcript it back into a digital like medium, like for example on a Google Doc or on an email? You do have to type it out, right? So this partnership that you're having between the pen and the mouse is going to start becoming the mouse completely. You are going to start moving away from writing. Maybe you will write little lesser, and you will start typing more. Like you will, like, so what happens is, of course, those of us who enjoy writing, we enjoy writing. We prefer to write, right? You need the pen, you need the paper, you need the color pen. But what happens when you are doing it and it's getting published? There comes a point where you want to write, but it just seems more efficient to start typing it. And that is going to start happening to you. And it is going to happen faster than you think. So not like a year later or anything. It'll start happening within the next few months.
My writing is actually quite illegible. You can see this.
Right.
It's a true doctor's writing, it's not legible at all.
Correct. But is it legible to you at least?
Yes.
Okay. All that's required. But again, you will start seeing, right? Because what we end up doing when we are writing before, it's like the rough draft, right? Then the fair draft we make, and then we do the typing. And this time between the rough draft, second draft, and the final draft is going to start becoming much smaller. You're going to get much more efficient at straight away putting it down and sending it off. So it is great. And beyond this, I know that you work as a radiologist, right? How is that going? Fantastic. And the answer you had gotten was a yes? Oh, lovely. So it is saying that your future and the money is linked to your writing and publishing. So I'm not getting a sense. At most, we can say there is some amount of equipment, digital equipment involved. But because it's the mouse, and the mouse doesn't really help you type, right? The mouse takes you to various places. So yeah. a little more focus and attention is required in your writing. How many rough drafts do you make? No rough drafts. It's straight away the final draft. Fantastic. And are you satisfied with the flow from the top to the bottom? Excellent.
So I do keep 15 minutes in early morning after I get up. And whatever I think, I just write it down. And I autocorrect the grammar and all that very basic stuff. And
that is the focus.
That
is the focus.
It just accepts it.
Right.
So, and then people comment and and then they clap and yeah.
Nice. Superb. So you are doing fantastic, and more money is available for you in this work. So it is going to come. More is going to come from here. So congratulations on the yes, as well as the fact that it's actually a pretty smooth journey. And may you have an even greater relationship with your mother. Whatever blocks might be there, what if they are not anymore? What if they leave? Any issues with the mother, drop it. Blocks with the mother, drop it. Whatever she did, didn't, could, couldn't, would, wouldn't, drop it. So cool, Radha, so cool. Thank you. And let's take a look at our next 3 objects.
Thank you, Radha. And before we get at least one more person on, Nidhu, I just wanted to say that apparently I have also started divining, because I did mention mouse yesterday, and the mouse has landed up today.
You did. You did.
And I actually started scrolling to see if anybody mentioned moose also. The big moose.
Correct. You have started defining.
All right. So
tell me just 3 objects right now.
Okay. So Nidhu, because in fact, because I don't know when I will get this opportunity again to be able to get on somebody with you, and because I just said, look, I said mouse, and look, mouse showed up. So one more person will get on with
Yes.
you, and then we'll just take it verbal after that.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your yes. And I did see Heidi there. So Heidi comes on. I think Heidi the first time had a yes with her head movement, and the second time had the yes, no, yes, no, yes, no happening.
So good to see you, Heidi. Hi.
And lamp, picture, and roof window. But of course, Heidi will tell you herself. Heidi, you went back on mute. I've sent you a request. And also, before both of you start interacting with each other, I do want to mention seeing Heidi again after a long time, but as gorgeous as ever.
Yeah,
I mean, like, the what is aging? There is no aging.
correct.
So,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. In fact, I think she's
Yeah, the
even
degrees
younger
work
than-
in every part of my life, yes.
Delighted, delighted. By the way, everybody, Heidi is also a decrees practitioner, which means that she's certified and qualified to be working with everybody using the decrees, as well as the other work that she does.
And
too.
my clients love the degrees. Yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm
Yeah.
so glad. Tell me,
It's really
Heidi.
great work.
So there was the actually slight upward because it went, went
Not
back.
slight, it was really fully my head felt fully backward.
Got it. Got it.
And then I got a yes.
Nice.
But when it was not very comfortable in this position, and when I get back, so the yes left. It doesn't stay. And when I again get back, because you told us to open the eyes and look. First I saw a lamp on the wall, and then a picture on the wall and the roof window.
Got it. What was the picture?
The picture was made by my daughter, and it's there are two fishes representing yin and yang.
Oh, beautiful. It's a picture of abundance.
Ah.
It's a picture of abundance. It's a picture of duality in oneness. So it's also very spiritual prosperity and wealth. I think I know this particular image. But first, let us instead of making you wait to see the details of what up means, let us first show it to you right now. So for a moment, we're going to go off screen. Please let us do the up reading. And we will all stay quietly for 1.5 minutes to go through it.
okay, give me a moment.
Sure.
We want the up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got to escape this and do it again. Sorry. Coming right up.
Up. For everybody else also who said, does this make sense? And of course, Heidi is going to answer for her behalf, but please go ahead and write in our chat.
Should I stop the screen share?
Yes. Heidi, you've read it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I read it, and
And some of it makes sense, some of it, yeah.
And some of it, so I am a person who constantly is changing things. I love changing things. And but what's coming up for me is the self-criticism, and the self-judging and self-doubt, because of my new, I say new work of writing. I was very touched by the writing of Radha, and because I published my a couple of books in the last weeks, and I published my first love romance book. And now I'm really in doubt if it's good enough for publishing, and yeah, that's what's touching me in this text the most.
Right. And in that, the answer came with this, right? Which is really to say, don't worry, turn to a higher intelligence, because that's what the up movement is, that your relationship with the universe and the trust and faith required with the universe needs to be restored. So wherever you may have lost it, that's what you have to work through. That somewhere you don't fully trust that it will take care of you. And by the way, this is a tricky space for all of us, because sometimes very often we think that if I am going to trust the universe, or my understanding of trusting the universe means I'll get what I want. And that is not what it means. What it means is bandhur atmave, that no matter what happens, it is going to be for our best, because it is being done via our best friend. That even if our best friend is not giving us the happiest news in the world, they're still our best friend. So this understanding with the universe is a challenge for all of us, right? Because moment things don't go our way, or God forbid, something unhappy happens, the first thing that we cannot find in our hearts to do is understand that it's still for the best, and that the universe still has our back, right? We feel abandoned. We feel like they're not listening. We feel like there is no God. In fact, do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So
yeah, I believe, and it's in all the other things in my relationship, with my family, and with my other businesses, and the whole thing in the world, I trust, and I know everything that happens to me is for my best. But only in this particular thing of writing these books and publishing these books, suddenly there is a doubt.
Yeah, but what if you don't have to have it? Let's drop it. So doubt, drop it. So we're going to let that go, and we're going to see what the messaging is for that, because your past is showing a lamp, and this lamp could be, how do you feel when you look at this lamp? Is it an old lamp? Is it a lamp you got to let go of? Is it a lamp that's not lighting anymore? Is it a lamp you enjoy lighting a lot? Tell me a little bit about this lamp.
Oh, I enjoy it, yeah. And
it's working well?
Pardon?
It's working well?
Yeah, it's working well, and yeah. And I like it. Otherwise, I had changed it.
Okay. Correct, because you love change and you're very comfortable with change. Got it. So, but having this lamp show up in your past reading indicates that either you have been that light and lamp, or you've been carrying a lamp for someone. So, we say carrying a candle for someone.
Yeah.
So like carrying a lamp for someone. So either
Yeah.
you've been that lamp in someone's life where you're lighting it up, or you might be carrying a lamp for someone, which means there might be a past relationship you are not fully settled about. Maybe you have not forgiven the person, provided they are younger or same age. Maybe you have not forgiven yourself. Maybe your head goes in directions that thinks, but if that had worked out, or if and that relationship could be anything, by the way. I don't mean necessarily romantic. It could have been a friend, it could have been a boss, it could have been a colleague. That if that had worked out, my life would have been very different today. My life in the present would have been this abundance picture. Because I feel like there is some regret that may be hidden somewhere. Now, the opposite is also true, where you being a lamp in so many people's lives, because and I have no doubt your clients adore you and love you. You're a fantastic, kinesthetic masseur. You talk to the body. And therefore, this light that you have brought and been in other people's lives have brought you this abundance. So it is working at a couple of layers, your first two objects. And the third one. Now, the third one asks us to take a little bit of care, and which is also why I'm focusing on the regret for the first object, because a window is a great thing, right? A window is an opening. It's an opening to see a bigger world, a brighter world, a greener world. But an opening can also indicate being trapped, because an opening of a window is not like the opening of a door, that you can see only a bit and not fully. That I can open a window, but I can't open the door. So I sense that some amount of regret is blocking some of the abundance, because these two fishes, I think even in feng shui, this is actually a very good picture to have at home. This back and forth, right? It's like a Gemini sign, like the Gemini, like the Piscean sign. Sorry, not Gemini. The Piscean sign has two fishes, back and forth, and it is for the abundance and prosperity of the Piscean sign. But I feel like there is something, because of the end result of the window, that something is stopping you from making it a door. It's a window, which is amazing. It's wonderful. But it's still a sense of some constriction, restriction, and restraint. Like I might end up trapping myself, and maybe trapping myself in the way of how I light in the world, of how I light a lamp in the world, of how I give in the world, how I work in the world. And that has to be avoided. So there, I feel like the window is fantastic, because it is saying that you've opened a window to something, but it's not yet a door, and something is therefore holding you back. Do you sometimes get a sense of feeling trapped?
No, not really.
Restricted?
But maybe I'm holding me back
with the self-doubt?
Yeah.
With the self-doubt and the self, could be. Yeah. And that must be very restrictive, because I'm not picking up the window as, how do you feel when you look at the window? Sorry, I'll complete my thought. But how do you feel when you look at the window?
So I feel good, and I often look through this window because I can see the sky.
Right. And correct. But you're inside and not in the sky.
But I'm inside, yeah. And it makes sense that, it's not opening fully.
Right.
It's not opening up for the fully possibilities that I have. And
right. Because you would like to be out there and flying. And I remember somebody else, we had a reading around this, and they were like sky and trees, but there was also the window. And so therefore, some part of you is not flying or not soaring because you're seeing the sky as much as you would like to. And the answer will lie in where your head has moved and how the answer has come. So I think it has to do with trust and faith in the universe.
Yeah, and what comes up is that I can feel and I know that I have much more potential.
Right.
What I can live today. There is much more. I can do much more. I can be
much
more
more.
magical. But yeah, there is something blocks this full potential that I have.
How often do you light this lamp?
Not so often.
For the
I like it, but I don't light it so often, I think.
Till
Yeah.
3rd January, if possible, light it every day.
Yeah. Okay.
And let us see what happens. And of course, whatever's going on with the universe, and we'll take a look at it in our calls as well.
Yeah. So what comes in my mind is I have to much more often to light the lamp for myself, not only for the others, but for myself.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And you will do it.
I will do it. Yeah. I will do it.
Self-empowering, inner empowered, inner empowering. It will happen, Heidi, and we will all remind you to.
Thank you.
So now, from now till 3rd of January, every time you light the lamp, you're going to say, I'm lighting it for me.
Yes, I will do it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So happy to see you, Heidi. So happy to see you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nidhu.
Bye. And we've got more objects.
Yes, we do have more objects, but before that, Nidhu, I actually want to just remind everybody that this is it's not a rarity, as in rare things happen, no, at least they have. This does not happen, okay, at all with on Nidhu's calls. You've all been part of it. They move so quickly that it's just whatever you're writing, tuck, 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 that's, excuse me, decrease, hello, speedster. But this, what everybody has just seen also, I don't know if it has occurred to you, Nidhu, but you've actually literally given a very tiny glimpse of a 45-minute session with you.
That's right. That's right.
Right. So, and people, there are 2 offers. And if you didn't pick it up before 6:30 today, it's still available, but it is at the new price now. We will share those details as well, but you've already seen Piecing, Dr. Radha, and Heidi. And it's a conversation that's happened, but look at everything that came out just with up, down, left, right directions, objects. So bringing on the next set of objects.
In fact,
yes,
because we've already brought up how you can take this on and what's going to happen in the package. Let's bring it on. And please, whatever you have put down, you already put it down in the chat, right? We'll do a couple more at the end. And whatever is remaining, we will do on chat.
Tell me which slide you want me to stop on. This one?
Now let's take a look at package A. So here's how both are defined. Okay, take me back to the previous page. Now, in one are the group workshops, the things we will do together as a group. In the second and package B are the things we will do one-on-one. And in the group calls, there is the alignment with the moon cycle. So for example, 30th December, which has the CP call that you're seeing there, that is the Cone of Prosperity call. And the Cone of Prosperity call is technically, well, it is a call, but it is a silent call. It's like a silent talkies. You have to come, you have to receive. It happens for about 30 minutes, and you will sit in a particular mudra or stand or walk. The Cone of Prosperity, all the cones take place in silence and stillness. But even if you cannot be still, silence is a must. So your digital stuff has to be kept away. Ideally, you're not even looking at what's happening on the chat, because you will be told which money and prosperity decrees are being transmitted to the group at that point. You will just sit back, close your eyes, let it go, or receive. Either we will be dropping stuff or we will be receiving stuff. You will just be in a mudra that you will know by the time the call comes through. And from 30th Cone of Prosperity, we will move quickly to the potent prosperity day of 3rd January, where we will do our first talkie call, where we will be chatting. And this is about the new year, new prosperity. And just by the way, this word new, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the word new, and I want you to see it for yourself. And I'm just going to do it with 5-6 words. Okay. New health. You're most welcome to say it after me. New health. New health. New relationships. New relationships. New relationships. New opportunities. New opportunities. New opportunities. New wealth. New wealth. New wealth. New love. New love. New love. New happiness. New happiness. New happiness. New joys. New joys. New joys. New prosperity. New prosperity. New prosperity. New year. New year. New year. And have some water. So this, right, where we take a look at the year, we will take a look at our goals again. We will go through because the energy would have shifted, we will do our checking in with the superconscious. We will see what answers we get, which way our head turns, and make our new intentions. The 3rd of Jan as a potent prosperity day is also the day you want to be making your new year resolutions, your new year goals, your new year promises. And one of the best ways to do that, one of the fun ways to do that, is the decree way, which we will talk about on the 3rd. You're also going to be finding out well, not advanced, but the adaptations of the sweetheart. And of course, we are definitely doing drop its and receive it. And from there, when we get to Jan 13th, good time for us to be able to take a look at what's happening with the women in our lives. The women in our lives hold a very special place, because, especially in our country, because in our country, we understand that Larki is Lakshmi. So whatever is going on with the women will invariably reflect on our wealth. So we'll take a look. We will apply everything that we know. And finally, we will do part 2 on Jan 30th. And in between all of this, we will have a daily system of practice where we will be practicing the money decrees, which are decrees that are specifically to money. I'm going to give you one example. I think we did it yesterday. Did we? Okay. Even if we did, let me tell you this one. Goodbye, 2024 money problems. I was having money problems in 2024, but not in 2025. And this entire set, right? An entire set around money, prosperity, wealth, abundance, we're going to be practicing on our Telegram group as well as on email. So you will get the decree to be done and you will do it that many number of times combined with the adaptation of the sweetheart process. And that sounds complicated because I haven't told you the adaptation, but it isn't complicated. And when you hear about it on 3rd June, it is going to make complete sense. So this is part of package A. And package A right now, if you were paying the normal rate that we would normally charge for it, the full value of this package is USD 455 and rupees 33,371. And yesterday we joked about it, saying, bas itna hai. Yes, bas itna hai. But you get to get it at USD 48 and rupees 3,401 only.
Right. And there is also the January sugar-free challenge with package A.
Oh my God, yes. There's also a sugar-free. Now, the thing is, January's, February's, I know we've all got to look our best for Valentine's, or some of us at least want to look our best for Valentine's. But December, January, even November, December, January aren't the greatest times to be making resolutions for shedding weight. They aren't the greatest times to be making resolutions for getting on a diet, because especially in our hemisphere where it is cold, where it is winter, we actually need the food, we need the padding, we need the cushioning. So the thing that is simplest to do is actually, by the time we get into Jan, is give up processed sugar, to give up white sugar. Now, we may be able to do this from the day we start. We may not be able to do this from the day we start, which is why for the month starting from 3rd, Potent Prosperity Day, great day for resolutions, beginning our sugar-free dumb resolution, we will do it as long as we can. You fall off the bandwagon, you just start again. But a little bit for our health is definitely required next year, because fatty food, fried food, sugary foods need to be consumed as minimally as possible in the year of Mars. So your sugar-free challenge will also take place with reminders from 3rd onwards. And you will have the whole group to back you up, because we are all going to be doing the same thing. And all of it, USD 48, 3,401 rupees. You get a magical amount off of 90%. But I still want you to hang on. And I want you to hang on because in package B, that has the 3 personal sessions, readings, clearings, more decree work, next steps, guidances, and that are also transferable and giftable and recordable, along with Potent Prosperity Day plus 11 days to full moon on 13th of alchemy and prayer decrees of whatever you would like, or the general ones that are happening. They're all going to be prosperity based. I want you to hang on because package A includes package B. So
package B includes package A, Nidhu.
I'm so sorry. Everything got package. I'm so sorry. I looked at package A and I said, I'm so sorry. Basically, it's time to have dinner.
Yes.
So package B includes everything from package A, which we just looked at. And this is only at 1518 USD and 1,11,474, very wholesome number there, rupees. You get it at just USD 342 and rupees 25,001. And this includes your alchemy for 11 days. It includes 3 personal sessions of 45 minutes each. It also includes everything we are doing in the group workshop from package A. And here you get a magical 78% savings. So make your choice and show up. Quite a few of us have already joined. We're just waiting for you to come now. So,
because the future's so bright, you got to wear shades.
yes. The future's so bright, you gotta wear shades. I do want to point out that our group calls are audio calls only, but if they had been video, I would have asked you to bring your shades for them as well. And let's take a look at some more of the objects that have come up, at least one more.
Yes.
Yeah,
So Namrata, who had a yes with moving to the left, and then when she moved to the right, she also got a yes, but there was a pain on the right side along the spine near the shoulder. And what she saw was cushion, sofa, curtain.
Okay. It seems to be that the work that you are doing right now is painful because perhaps you don't really want to do it, but you have to do it. And even though it will bring you money and is probably already bringing you money, there is pain there. Therefore, you have to think about it in 2025, whether that is the way that you would like to make money. You may be making compromises and sacrifices in order to be working, but what if it doesn't have to be so? I feel like you've shown me an area of your room where you like to curl up. I feel like your cushions and your sofa and your curtain are a place of comfort, or they're a place of relaxation, or they're even a place of a hobby. Maybe there are things you do here. Maybe you watch your favorite serials here. And I feel like what is really being said is that relaxation is calling you, but are you listening? You need time off, Namrata. Take it in peace. You've already got the left side yes message. You will get money, you will receive money. Do not let money be the choice between taking time off or relaxing and going to work. You relax, money will come.
Right. So she has written yes, so accurate.
Superb.
All right.
Next.
And we'll do one more.
Yes, please.
So this is Eiling, and I went back to check. So head to the right first, and there was felt anxiety in the pit of the stomach, and then she dropped it. And then when she went to the left, she got a yes, and then more. And what she saw was towels, light as in the light in the room, and basket.
Got it. So one, I'm so glad that you dropped the anxiety, because clearly we don't want it. But are you doing work where you are too alone and need to ask for help? Or do you need to delegate some work? Is there a fear, in fact, of more work happening and you doing it alone? Is there a fear, in fact, of delegating work? because that will make a very big difference. In a towel, and because that's your past, have you been focusing a lot on clearing? Basically toweling off? You know, all of us enjoy either clearing work or manifesting work. And it is possible that you have been toweling off. I feel like you've been toweling off like quite a bit. And because you've been toweling off quite a bit, the light has come on in the present. You do have more clarity. Did you mention clarity also at some point? You do have more clarity. And this clarity is going to get you bushels and baskets of goodies. Now, the active sense of money is not there, but do you also work in ways in which it's not really money, but it's like the products of money? Like, for example, you end up getting food, or you end up getting clothes, or you end up getting a car, or you end up getting a house. Like, does that happen more to you than actually getting money?
He's typing.
Okay.
That is spot on regarding the clearing. Yes, I do receive gifts and nourishment.
Fantastic. However, in 2024, you have asked for money and you have gotten a yes. Let us see what happens. But in your future, the money might be a little delayed. However, the quality of the gifts that you are receiving is going to get bigger. So good news in there. Nicely done. In fact, why don't we take another one, quick one?
All right. So, because, okay, I'm just going to, so there was, I think, Nishi, she saw roses, books, and glasses. And I'm just going back to see, she had a yes, both sides, but the left came easier.
So whatever's going on with taking action towards a job or career needs to be looked at. There may be conflict with the father that definitely needs to be looked at, but money is coming either from him or his lineage. It is easier to get it from your mother, which is why the yes would have come easier there. But, and I don't know if she's the one, is she the one running the household? And your past has gotten, sorry, your past has roses, right? What color? Red roses?
Not mentioned. So I don't know if
Okay.
she's
No,
typing.
don't. It's
Right.
okay. It's okay. And the center was?
Books.
Books?
Books and glasses.
Okay.
She is typing.
So lots of love. And I think that, and this is also because I know you a bit. Do you have a love of reading? A love of writing? Do you have a dream where you would love to write a book?
And so she's written yes for yes, read, and yes, mum.
Okay. Then we're definitely taking a look at whatever is absent from your father's side, but also whatever might be absent in terms of working through or thinking about a career.
And she loves reading and writing. She's confirmed.
And is there a dream to write a book? Is there a dream to write? Is there a dream to make a book, publish a book? Quite a bit over here. That's awesome. Quite a bit moving towards writing, publishing. And we already have, an established author came up, and that was Heidi, and Radha as well.
Yeah.
Is also publishing. She's writing.
She says, would like to publish, not sure about book.
Okay.
Oh, maybe poems? You want to publish something, but
yeah,
not sure about book.
Yeah, correct. So it could be a book of poems. or could just be poems, or could just be whatever it might be. Something in there, your love of reading, writing is very old. There has also been a particular relationship in your life that has encouraged you to develop this reading and writing, and that relationship is still playing a very big role in your life. To get to a glass, now a glass could be
Glasses.
or spectacles.
Yes.
Okay, so
And sorry,
okay.
Nidhu,
Good
Nidhu,
news.
very sorry, before you continue,
Yeah.
I need 2 minutes.
Yeah. And glasses is good news because you're going to be seeing even more clearly. You're going to be seeing better. Now, I'm assuming that because these are actually your reading glasses and not just our today's future so bright, you got to wear shades, that these glasses in your future are going to bring you more clarity on what you're going to be doing with this love you have of reading and writing. And it is possible, because I do know that for you things unfold, and it is possible that it will unfold into a career that you may not be planning for or even expecting, but it is going to show up. Clarity is going to happen very soon for you in the first part of 2025.
So what's up next, Nidhu?
Well, I think we must let everybody drink and dine and process everything they've heard today. And for the ones that are still pending, my apologies for the delay, but they will be answered. They will be taken care of. So take a break, and so will we. And I'm going to catch you on the 30th anyway, and then on 3rd, and then on 13th, and then on 29th, and then all of new year, new prosperity, new you. The future's so bright, you gotta wear shades. Thank you. Everybody, like Neelu said at the very start, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies community. Thank you to all the speakers who showed up. Thank you to all the people who showed up. Thank you for everybody taking your journey forward from the Divination Summit. We will catch you next year again in many more training summits where you can come and get qualified to be a practitioner yourself. So look forward to that news. But before that, take the offer, join the group, and let's get together and do more self-empowering, inner-empowering, self-divining, inner divine, inner divining. Thank you. Thank you, subconscious. I love you lots. Bandhur Atmavay. And all of y'all also, Bandhurs. See you all soon again. Big love. Big hug. Namaste from India.